You are looking at my desk. It may look something like your desk. Notice that it appears to be in complete disarray. But as far as I'm concerned, it makes perfect sense. I'm David Hoffman, filmmaker, and I'm going to present this clip on information overload. You have a desk like mine? You know, my wife thinks my desk is a disgusting mess. She feels I can't find anything, but I can.
I mean, Dave, you have all these papers here. This makes no sense. You have pill bottles. You have stuff to clean your teeth. I mean, is this an office or a bathroom?
Hey, Heidi, this is completely neat. Look at this. Organized what I'm going to photograph for my subscribers. No problem there. Folders, microphone, pills. Yeah, there are a few pills here. I'll agree. Stuff to clean my eyes. Yeah. But I know where everything is. It's organized, sort of. I can find most things most of the time. On occasion, I do lose something. Or I find something and say, wow, look at that. I never saw that before. But I did. It's like many people's desks. And I got the chance back in 1995 to walk into people's offices and ask them questions about their desks. So there's one guy you're about to see, it really lays it out. Before I run it, I just want to say, what's information overload? Well, information overload is when you have so much information that you can no longer kind of make decisions, think clearly about it. I thought it was something that came along with the computer age. Information overload, we're all overloaded, too much information, the cell phone, the computer, the news, everything else, social media, blah, blah, blah. Well, that isn't the case because back in Rome, 2nd century, 3rd century BC, the Romans were complaining about information overload because of the number of tablets that were being made. And when Gutenberg did the Gutenberg printing press and people began seeing books, they were really worried. There were all kinds of comments about we're now information overloaded, too much information. It really seemed at the time like people couldn't take it. Same thing in 17th, 18th century, Renaissance, stuff like that. This is not new. Human beings may have always been information overloaded, although I don't think I am. I make a pad every morning. On the pad is, gotta do today. Would like to do today. Maybe possible. Really would love to do it if I have time. Never have time. So the top group, if that gets done and I go to my bed at night and I put my head on the pillow and I say, did you do what you had to do today? Yeah, I feel pretty good. I don't think I'm information overloaded, and I have a desk, kind of like the guy you're about to see.
And tell me about your information life here in front of you.
The information life. Well, what you're seeing is a product of my own creativity, I guess. I've got more things going than I can handle. And if you knew what was in here, you would be totally amazed because this pile hasn't been touched for 2 months. But this pile was touched this morning. And these are sort of the active piles. Of course, I'm working on strategies. That's internal information. And over here, there's all kinds of external information. And I normally put this in folders so I can find it again. And you're seeing true confessions here, okay? I shouldn't do this. I could go on for a long time. This is material that I should be working on. My phone's ringing, and my PC would ring if it could. You can see that my mail sometimes is a bit of a problem for me because I haven't gotten, this is the mail I haven't read. Boy, I'll tell you, this is embarrassing. I don't know if I like this or not. And information comes in different ways. I don't know if you've noticed that I've got videotapes here. And guess what's in my briefcase? You won't believe this. You don't just get mail anymore. Okay, here's just regular mail. I get videotapes that I can't just read. I have to put on the VCR. So the world is changing as far as I can tell, and I seem to be right in the middle of the change. I didn't mean to be this way, and it happened, I guess not overnight, but boy, it sure shocks me just to be talking about this and see all the different kinds of information I've got. Of course, I've got a PC behind me, I've got a telephone next to me, I've got voicemail, I'm on 2 different email systems. I've got 2 online services on there, and then I've got clocks to remind me how far behind I'm getting.
Do you have a system here that I could understand?
Believe it or not, there is a system, okay? If you were to look over in that chair over there, you would see the activities I'm working on, and they're prioritized, they're current things I'm working on. The things that are on my desk, on this corner of my desk, I'm working on right now, okay? These are the things I should have been working on and haven't worked on, and maybe I ought to get them out of here. I'm not going to show you what's inside my desk. It's full. I'd put it in my desk if I could. But all of this stuff I have to have in my mind. I really do use all this. Information overload is a terror to our society. And what happens when people get overloaded with information, they shut down. And I think it's worse to have too much information than not to have any information, because at least when you don't have any information, you got some bandwidth left to do some processing. When you've got too much, it just kills you. It's like drowning. I think information overload is one of the major problems of our society and our times. If you've got too much information, and I guess I'm an example of that, it's worse than not having enough, because when you get so much information, you get overwhelmed and you just shut down. And what's very important, we've got a lot of pressures on us in these busy days we all experience. We've got to use our time effectively. We've got to be able to use the information effectively. And one of our challenges is how to handle a phone, how to handle this information, and I'll take this call. Parkin. This is my boss, Joe Ryan. Okay, Joe, what can I do for you? Normally I would say I didn't have time, but I will take time here.